Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Hello y'all, we are back with more Eternal Darkness. I believe we have only 3 chapters left to finish the game. And hopefully today we will clear one of those. Last time we ended the stream right after the end of the chapter, so we do not have the page yet. So first thing we'll be doing is look for it. Alongside having Alex go through quite a few hallucinations to being low on sanity. I expect poltergeist.
Help me! Please help me!
You are gonna jump scare us, won't you?
I can't get the blood out!
Basement key. A small antiquated key, some rooted by the ravages of time. This is the key to the basement of the Royba's mansion. Okay, where was that? Also, if this is how we get the key. I believe I'll read it. If this is how we get the key, then I presume that the next chapter will be once again in the mansion. I'm pretty sure I saw a book floating, but yeah, definitely no Canadian. There we go. There's the basement. What's this now? A stockpile of edible sport. One of his many eccentricities, he stays for power when hand in hand with his appetite for knowledge. No doubt his quests were filled by his little cachet. A Pumakian shotgun hangs from a plate mounted on the dusty wall. I've been wanting one of those for Alex. Not that she has had to fight anything yet, but still. See, ammo, but not for the shotgun. Curious. The safe is large in old-fashioned, made in the days when security was derived from the heavy metal construction rather than secure locking mechanisms. It doesn't look like it will be too difficult to break the combination, if only Alex had a stethoscope to hear the tumbles more clearly. Alright, shells. There we go. There goes an ammo. The Winchester Model 1300 Defender is quite possibly one of the finest pump-action shotguns available. The unique light action operates a rotating bolt, and unlocking is recoil assistant, making it very fast and smooth to cycle. A box of 12 gauge shotgun shells. This will fit any cartridge firing shotgun. I am not sure if in real life shotguns have universal ammo. I'm not very familiar with weapons. The well has been sealed, I see. What do we have here? A brass framework hangs from the ceiling, cradling the glove in the observatory lower. It seems to have been modified, not part of some elaborate locking mechanism. Mechanical device is secured to the floor. Lime metal skitter sculpted will metal dish firmly against the floor. A locking mechanism is fixed to the top of the dish, looking toward the ceiling. Oh, right. While normally this will confuse me gravely, I believe I know what this is about. Oh, the fly on the screen is hallucination. Oh, not just one anymore. Oh, shame they went away. Wanted to see what he got. Okay, that was one of them. It appeared I was wrong. This puzzle is not time yet. Ah yes, more hallucinations. You need to do this room at that. Okay. Oh. Painting change. A hazy painting of some monstrous landscape. A blue color of the sky hangs over a dementally surreal land, in which fly the skin's flabbiness in a city breeze. What kind of mind could have conceived this? Well, you see, Alex, I am pretty sure that was your mind. Because if we go on now, yeah, it was your mind that conceived it. Anything here? No. What about here? Lucky penny. I'd probably have to do something with the lucky penny. With that said, these sound cues are starting to bother me a little bit, so... Okay. Circuit broken in this room. I forgot about this room being a thing. So I have to find the circuit to fix it. Which I presume I fix by entering that room, double papered room. Also, I see that even with the sanity restored, the music is still pretty ominous. So that's not just in my... that is not just in my head. That is something going wrong with the mansion. I mean, obviously, but... like, obviously we know that there's plenty wrong with it. Also, tell you what, bet you that the breaker box is actually in the basement. It's this, isn't it? How did I miss the prom before? A fuse box and circuit breaker are situated upon the wall. All but one of the fuses are intact. The absence of this one is suspicious. Until it is replaced, the circuit connected to it is useless. Well, there we go. Thankfully, we learned last episode what this is used for. Alec jams the lucky pen in place of the missing fuse. There we go. A well-maintained fuse box and a circuit breaker are situated on the wall. A lucky pen is jammed in place in front of the fuses, closing the circuit. I am actually glad that I restored my sanity, because otherwise I will not have known that the music changed to this ominous thing. I was gonna leave it low, after all. Okay, what do we have here? An antique medicine cabinet hangs in the wall. Its wood is stained from years of use and the ambient humidity of the room. Shall we open the cabinet? Yes. There we go. Has found a page from the Journal of Maximilian Roivas. Okay, it reads, I sought to love all, yet now love causes me pain and suffering. I have learned to fear nothing, although it is nothing that I must fear. All that were loyal to me now number among my worst enemies. Understandable. Also, I'm gonna need 1 second. I need to drink. My mouth is so very dry for some reason. Sorry about the noise. Okay. Let's grab that page. But before we do, hidden away inside the medicine cabinet is a chapter page from the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Should Alice retrieve the chapter page? Absolutely. Entitled A Legacy of Darkness.
You are not free to leave this plane until you complete a task for me. You are to hunt and kill the master of this house. Do this one thing and you will be free. Else fear the wrath of Zelototh.
This guy again, huh? But which master do they mean? Alex or Edward?
Everything is complete for your arrival, Master. Now we must wait for the planets to align, and that is not too many years from now. Another Roivas has crossed our path. This time, we will not be so merciful.
Mercy has no place in this world. It has only a place for me.
He will meet such a horrible death that the rest of the line will never set foot in his house again.
Pray to me that they don't. Pray to me
anyway. Thank you, Miyukiki, for the follow. Anyhow, let's start the next chapter. Welcome to the stream. As I figured, the chapter is inside this house again. 1952.
My education in psychiatry did not prepare me. I would love to see how Freud's view of his mother would change with the knowledge of Chaturga. How Skinner would incorporate Zelotharth into his behaviorist theories. How Jung would accommodate Ulioth into his theory of the collective unconscious. Like my ancestor Maximilian, I too had an interest in my family tree. As a psychiatrist, I believed that science could provide answers into my family's sordid, bizarre past. It was with great excitement that I began my search. The mansion's history was filled with my colorful predecessors. Everything from convicted and hung witches to committed madmen, each laying their own peculiar mark on its character. I intended to find their secrets.
So the crazy runs in the family. Good to know. Let's see. A small flask of the old sauce, liquid courage. A magical elixir to power one's spirit in the face of adversity. Bottoms up. Using this will regain sanity. Not as useful as regaining health or magic, but still useful. And no weapons or anything. Makes sense considering that the man is just chilling in his house. This part of the library is reserved for the maintaining of the house's smallest sacrilegious. A simple yet elegant layout affords quiet reading and conversation. Politely, she asks Ewart if there is anything she can do for him. Okay, I figured that the first step will be get to the basement, to the lost city, and if possible, find a weapon on the way. Oh, and he has no stamina to run with. These books contain the history of the Rivas family, genealogy, birth and death records, deeds and breeds. The Rivas history is a troubled one. As Mediterranean immigrants, the early Rivas were shunned by other settlers in North America. Suspected of witchcraft, the Rivas were convicted during the witch hunts, forcing them into hiding. As memories faded, the Rivas revealed their lives. I believe we already saw this when playing as Maximilian.
You know who I am, Edward. Although you are doing your best not to believe it, I am, or was, Maximilian Rivas, your ancestor. I died in an asylum after trying to warn the world. The pain and anguish I felt in that cell has empowered me to linger after my death. I must complete what I started, Edward. The darkness must be stopped, or all of humanity may end.
Well, that's certainly one way to get him interested in the quest.
Set the clock to the 33rd minute of the 3rd hour.
3:33. What's this? An unseen scroll of paper sits on the chair. Magic ball. Interesting, especially considering we still don't have the book. Edward's favorite reading chair faces a healthy, warm fire. No doubt many cold nights ahead. A looming grandfather clock stands ominously in the corner, gazing on the empty room with an almost patriarchal air of its own. The ghost asks Edward to set the clock, but there are no hands on it. Yeah, I did notice that there were no hands. Edward must find the clock hands so he can set it properly. So we are believing ghosts now, I see. Also, where's the passage? I could assume that it was always a secret passage and I forgot. Okay. I'm pretty sure that there also was a door here somewhere. Oh well. Less places to check. Basement is locked. Unfortunate. Ello's curiosity can leave the mystery alone. He drives himself to uncover the truth behind the mansion and his ancestors. Okay, but I will think that a better way to justify him not going out is the storm. Is the storm going, but okay. The servant nears, the servant starts mumbling to herself and asks him if he thinks the weather will clear up before the solstice. Edward finds a reference to this solstice, I don't know, and ponders its significance. What is that? Not about the news where you live? A large carriage clock sitting on the fire table. Beautifully crafted, but it appears to be stuck, with the card set permanently to 3:33. I guess a reminder. The servant notices Edward's presence and comments on the weather, in idle chit-chat. The tour up there looks different than I remember. Ammunition, I guess that's another ranged weapon chapter. Makes sense since it's on relatively modern times. Servant notices Edward's presence and comments on the weather, same as the other one. I guess they are not feeling very talkative with Edwards. Understandable. And what do we have here? A bizarre decorated mantle frames the fireplace. Adorned without sigils, arranged in a circular fashion, it is unlike most of the art in the house. Perhaps this has some special significance. Yeah, the elemental affinities. A big cavalry saber, mounted on display stand, gleams in the moonlight. Yes please, I need this. Bantering around with the crockery, the servant informs Edward that the table has been set for him just as he likes it. Okay. Now, the servants are definitely gonna think that I am crazy for walking around with a sword. But I do feel safer with a melee weapon in my hands. Cavalry swords like the saber were used chiefly in item ceremonial dress for officers. The brass knuckle war was a style popular with both American and English cavalry officers in the second half of the 18th century. I don't mind me being armed. It's for peace of mind. Edward has never learned the piano, but that has not stopped him from hammering away at the keys now and again. It is very therapeutic. Perhaps one day he will learn it properly. Yeah, creative output is very therapeutic indeed. I've certainly found it out since I started drawing, even if I do not draw much. Yeah, the tour looks different than I recall. I guess it's just a slightly different decor. Brooding melancholic paintings along the walls. Strange choices of decorating for a bedroom. Each one sits with violence that could only have been wrought by an insane mind. So I presume that the painter is from the family. Courteously, the servant asks if Edward is in good health. So far, yes, my red meter is full. Anything here? Curious that this is a different camera angle than when Alex visits. The master bathroom is woefully Spartan and only barely contemporary. It appears to satisfy the most practical of tastes, or perhaps someone who has their mind set on other things. Sometimes minimalism is best. It's a valid aesthetic choice. An expensive fireplace inserted on the wall faces the bed. No doubt if it were lit, it will make the room quite cozy, and also be a massive fire hazard at this size. Not far enough from the bed to not be dangerous. Also, I see that the bust is not here. I guess he brought it in later. Now what do we have here? A Spartan bed, vaguely fashioned after colonial trends, offers a small comfort to the weighty. It hasn't been slept in for a long while, and that in itself is a testament to its luxury. What, you mean because he doesn't have enough time to sleep? Journal of Family History rests on the bench. What do we have here? An old musty book bound in dry dusty leather. This book covers the recent history of the Rivas family, going back perhaps 150 years. There appears to be something pressed between the pages. Shall we get it out? Yes. Okay, that's one. Courteously, the servant asks if Edward is in good health. They only have so many dialogues, I see. Edward is reassured at the sight of the family gun cabinet, itself a priceless antique. He will rather not have to smash the windows to get inside, but where did he leave the key? I'll find it soon, I am sure. This appears to be the hour hand of a large clock made from a stamp of brass. I need to find the minute hand then. She informs Edward that she believes the weather will worsen, and that she hasn't heard anything is bad for many decades. Once again, I feel like the storm shall be the reason to not leave. But what do I know? This room is a holdover from the days when the servants were all residential help, living in the mansion. Rumor has it that the old servants' quarters were demolished long ago. Muttering to herself as she works, servant comments on how the mansion is never really clean. Yeah, that must be impractical, especially for such a luxury home. And the wallpaper version, the wallpaper bits is not visible. I guess it wore out over time. Well, never mind. An exorbitant and out of place stained glass window ends the hallway. Whoever put it here had eclectic taste, and confirms it was believed that the mansion is more folly than a real house. Not breakable, I see. Unfortunate. Okay, we have a problem. I've checked every room already, and I still haven't found the menu hand. Which is definitely a concern. But perhaps something will happen once I put the hour hand in. Oh, this is shining. A journal of family history rests on the mantle as if used recently. Is the other hand inside? If so, I'm glad I returned it. An old musty book, bound in dry dusty leather. This book covers the early history of the Rivas family, dating back before the settlers in this land. There appears to be something pressed in between the pages. Shall I ever get it out? Absolutely. There it is. This appears to be the menu hand of a large clock made from a stamp of brass. And now we have both. 3:33, here we go. The ghost asks Edward to set the clock in now. With two hands on the clock face, it can be adjusted. Shall I adjust the clock? Absolutely. .333 it is. And we never found the key to get the gun, but... I probably won't need it. Oh, right, yeah. I did set the clock to 3:33 in order to access this passage the first time, I remember now.
Take them, and you
use them. They are humanity's only hope. Destroy the Guardians, Edward, and avenge my waste.
Well, at least you did not die to paranormal things. Granted, dying in a rat-infested room in a sanatorium is not much better. A loaded revolver is mounted on the wall by means of a display plate. Well, extra protection never hurt. This Gothic cathedral is swept against the starlight. The image is vicious in the white subtlety. Every brush stroke echoes the spikes of the architecture, conveying a violent feeling. Also, the building itself is a harsh imposition in reality. A grim picture indeed. I'm pretty sure these are the same descriptions as in the present. Elephant gun ammunition. Those are big shells. Box of 50 times of 53 inches nitro cartridges. These shells are for the elephant gun. So I get 2 seconds? Oops. But to the Shadow Realm with you. Anyways, I'm not a big fan of ranged weapons in this game. I don't like weapons that rely on ammo in the first place, but also I feel like not only is the reload time quite a liability in this combat system, but they kind of just... they aren't as effective at fighting monsters as melee weapons. Melee weapons just hit harder, which makes no sense, but it is how it is, apparently. Painting of a single cell building, it seems temple and acid. Yeah, they are the same descriptions. Wait, this is where we are going. A detailed drawing of a surreal city reminiscent of all DDS for futuristic cities. Each draftsman was very talented for as he stares. He believes tiny inhabitants peer him from the shadows. Yeah, I don't think that's just because the drawing is good, Edward. Okay, let's go pick the book. And now he knows. Upon the desk was the work of a madman. Frantic scribbling on torn paper that had somehow bettered the years. Were these Maximilian's ravings, light out in choppy scrawls of ink, or the testament of humanity's savior, waiting to foil the battle against the Guardians? In either case, we now are equipped as proper paladins. And Edward can now spellcast. Also, right. I did get a scroll. I guess to think that I am only missing 2 scrolls to have completed the magical collation. Not that I actually need them, since I already can cast the spells without them. This red scroll contains a secret of arcane magic. It reads, "This magic transfers the innate magical energy of the environment to the self. The limitless power of the ancients will be at your disposal for the duration of the magic. Once the magic has waned, you will be bereft of a spiritual power until it naturally shifts back into your being. This spell requires a tear and bright Gormor runes." Concerning. Well, there goes the ghost that led us to the start. And the Weather has tasted first blood. I probably shall save. Half a key tumbles up from the base that has been toppled and smashed. It cleans the floor. Half of a basement key, you say. Oh, and the cops disappeared. Well, no proof, no crime. Oh, Edward can save when he's in imminent danger of being attacked by a vampire. Not so imminent then. With a hideous creature running around and attacking servants, it's probably not a good idea to save right now. I disagree, I think it's probably the best of ideas. But does that mean that it is in the room, actually? No longer in the same room. Well, I guess the servants are dying. Unfortunate. Oh. Shaken by his flash effect, the servant gives his thanks. He wants that the creature may still be around, and the extra firepower will be handy. Reminded by his own words, he fishes a key from his pocket and gives it to Edward. Courtesy. Okay. So I shall be finding the other half of the basement key and use it to confront the vampire, because after I hurt him while he tries to hurt the servant, he goes back there to recharge. Gotcha. For what it's worth, at least I do get a warning of what room he's in. Okay. A small key to unlock the bindings on the room cabinet. The room cabinet is now unlocked, and now have an elephant gun. This function allows the character to change the file selector on guns. Interesting. The Holland & Holland double rifle fires an enormous 50-30 nitro slug, quite capable of stopping a rhino or elephants dead in their tracks. Only Crazy Man will feel comfortable facing a Holland & Holland. So it has amazing stopping power, in that case it may be useful against specific creatures. Where's a regular shotgun though? And I still haven't found the other half of the key. And let me get the stamina, please. He's here. The 7 is too frightened to move or speak. So you are here, gotcha. Well then, not what I expected will happen. I hope I am remembering which room it is correctly. The sorcerer is scalping. Grateful for having their life spent on the monster, the 7 offers a token of thanks. Okay, thank you, I suppose. Well, that's plenty of ammo for it, but where is the other half of the key? Like, seriously, where is it? Because I don't suppose I can just use the half key itself, right? This is the bottom half of the key to the mansion's basement. Top bit is apparently missing. So no, I cannot use it. Okay, even that I cannot save and the vampire is still around. I am tempted to look up where it is, not gonna lie. Well shot, and that's exactly why I was tempted. In desesperating to escape from Edward, the vampire creature drops the top half of the key onto the floor. Oh, gotcha. Edward has picked up the top half of the basement key. Guy, I am so very sorry I could not save you. Stop help with getting my huntsman, the bottom is apparently missing. Grateful for having their life spared for the monster, the 7 offers a token of thanks. Still no shotgun though. Anyhow. Well. Unfortunately we cannot save everyone, but it is what it is. Should wrong spell. A small antiquated key, somewhat rusted by the ravages of time. This is the key to the basement of the Roivas mansion. Rusted even though we used to restore it in a spell. I suppose it's not an almighty fixer, it's only magical super glue. Whoops. Body shield. Should. Should. Let me out. I need to cast a shield. Should. I really should have refreshed it beforehand. Is it still here? Just barely. Oh, shoot. It did not count. It did not count. Well, thank you, this isn't the perfect time to use that liquid courage. Yeah, there's a reason I like being able to save, and it's kind of weird that I am not allowed to for this. Oh well. I guess I'll just have to make sure that I can save the next one. Also, I really don't get much health, do I? Well, at this point I may as well wait until the vampire attacks someone. Oh, and that's already 1 hour. Yeah, we're not getting much done today, are we? And let me regenerate enough Magica to enchant the saber. Because that sure is an enemy. Perhaps I just do not know how to face it. But the way that it kept disappearing and attacking immediately didn't seem like it gave much room to skill. Okay, we can work with this. Oh, I see how it is. A simple level is made from an alien stone sits out of the well. A runic design is cut into one side, proclaiming its allegiance. There we go. Finally. Okay, well, at least that's over. That sure was a difficult enemy, all things considered. Good thing that we had magic. That skull lies on the dusty shelf. Summon horror. Well, I guess that means there is only one last skull left to find. Not that we need it, and especially because it's the last one, and I know what the spell does, so by being the only one that I do not have, I know which spell it is. But still having everything will be nice. The skull is cast an incantation written in the panic scroll of blood. It reads, "The bestial fury of the horror it unleashes by this magic. The horror's abilities are yours. Enemies may be crushed or rent apart, racked by magic. This spell should not be undertaken lightly, for it's stolen the siege of mortal kind is high." I am just now realizing I should have sent a horror. I should have summoned a horror and sent it after this enemy. That's probably the last reason why the scroll was in this room specifically. I am dumb. Ah well. It is done and it is what it is. Oh, another gun. Hidden in the shadowy corner of the basement, an antique double shotgun is displayed on the wall. I was wondering what the regular shotgun shells were for. The Ithaca Model A shotgun was also known as the auto or home buckler gun. Home buckler gun. Okay, yeah, I can see why we'll get that name. A double barrel breech loaded shotgun. It is capable of firing one or both barrels simultaneously, so it's the super shotgun from Doom. And with sanity stopped off, so no need for liquid courage just yet. More ammo. I shall gratefully take it. And also, most importantly, finally, I was legit worried about dying because I really didn't want to reset our progress at this point. I really don't understand why it wouldn't allow me to save. Well, the vampire is in the same rooms, sure, but when it's in a different room, just why? But it is over now, and that's what truly matters. Inside the well, a crumbling ladder leads down into the cloy darkness. Should I ever venture down the ladder? Yes. I remember that the well is sealed as Alex in the modern time. I wonder how else is he going to get down. Maximilian had no light. The city is miraculous. It glows in the darkness like an incredible jewel. But the thought of what lies inside, the guardians of Shelta, makes Edward shiver with fear. 9 great towers dwarf the surrounding city. Perhaps the towers serve as a focus, channeling great tides of energy into the city itself. Yeah, I know tier 9 spells are a thing, even if I don't get access to them. So those are probably rune holders. May as well start the invisibility plus shield combo. And 1 second, it's been an hour, and I am thirsty again. Not a good signal, I don't usually get thirsty much. Probably coming up with something again. Whatever it is, I sure hope it will not force me to stop streaming when I am about to finish the game soon. Because I am pretty sure that all that remains is this chapter, one more chapter in the Forbidden City, and then the finale. And I guess we finally enter the city proper. Can I cast? Didn't stick. It's funny how the invisibility spell shuts others down completely like that. So I see that somehow they still ate through 4 of my 7 shields. I wonder why. Not enough energy yet. The whole point of using a spell was so that the shields will not be affected, but oh well. At least my Cicadoos restore very quickly. I should be mostly fine. Can they see me? Well, there goes the shields. should. I guess I have to shoot. Good thing that I saved. I guess I have to shoot them, no choice. Well, I suppose that the guy achieved his mission. This is happening because at the start of the game I said, oh, this is so easy. If it's so easy, it doesn't feel like a horror game at all. I mean, it still doesn't because the combat is fun. And feels skill based, so it doesn't quite evoke feelings of horror on me, but yeah, I had to say that it was easy and now I am getting corrected for it. Anyhow. And I suppose that just in case, I run around until my magic is restored, you know, to recast invisibility, most importantly, cast an enchantment. Which sounds like very necessarily grindy, but at the same time, magic does restore quickly. I could cast Red Bull in order to have infinite running, but it restarts quickly now, no matter what. Like that. Almost full. As a matter of fact, I probably can just try. After a horror has been summoned, press R to attack enemies, and attacks can be targeted with R, attack enemies head to fire with the combat shotgun R, and press start to release control of the horror. Horrors can open doors, but not pick up items. Let's see if this works as I am hoping it to. Okay, I cannot target the head, so I cannot shoot games. And Fortnite. Nope. I probably need to either shoot or dispel magic. Oh well. Feel again, enchant, invisible, and try again. It will not take long. And that's probably the closest thing to a boss in this chapter anyway. See, it's pretty nearly done already. Alright. Round 3. Let's see. Yep, ranged weapons are the key. Well, so much for my shields, actually. I see. Whoops. It really wasn't easy all along, huh? Well, given that they gave me so much ammo, there clearly was a reason for it. Okay. We done? We done, it appears. Oh, I felt the scream. I felt that the scream. It did such a weird resonance in my headset. Anyways, I don't need you anymore. And you are definitely going to scare me. Also, I am not even 100% sure that you will stay loyal to me. Also, read my shields for some reason. And the doors are still closed. My meters are doing largely fine. Shield really is just sitting up most of my casting right now. Anyhow. Only one way forward, so let's just take it. Alongside a healthy dose of invisibility. Just in case, because this chapter is being kind of ugly. These prints look like the ones Pios had encountered in the Forbidden City, where he found the essences of the ancients. Edward literally wonders what their purpose could be. And so this is hard confirmation that retrieving the book actually does grant us the memories of the previous protagonists. Which is good to confirm, because some of their actions have been contradictory to that, apparently. Evil Simas to the right itself serves as a massive circle of power. Each switch around the perimeter of this room corresponds to a focusing tower where a rune may be inscribed. Once the spell has been inscribed, it is magnified by the array. Could this be the Guardian City's weakness? If one could somehow remove the magic from this area, how though? Pulsating field of energy emanates from the stone. Should the other touch the field? Teleporter, I take it. Gotcha. So I am inscribing a massive... Oops. I take it I have to inscribe a massive dispel magic circle. Once again, all the scream is somehow supernatural. There's something about it makes me super uncomfortable. Kudos to the sound design of this game. Like, gameplay wise, it really doesn't feel like a horror game, but the sound design of this game, especially with headphones, is chef's kiss. It's very unnerving. Anyhow, right then, I suppose that we didn't just return to the initial slate. So where are we? exactly. A lever is situated nearby. Should ever pull the lever, by all means. Interesting. Does this return us to the central room? Yes, it does. I'd like to say I am presuming that the play here is to create a passive dispel magic circle, and every time that we clear a run, it will bring us to another room to unseal. So let's get to it. What are we dealing with this time? Given the limited ammo, I should hope that we're not fighting the Guardian every room. It does not appear so. No, in fact there is no enemies here that I can see. So how exactly do I lower the barrier in this one? Well, here I thought I had figured it out. Edward really has no stamina. The moment that the pool was gone, the moment that the magic pool disappeared, he just became immediately unable to run at all. Oh, there's a lever. The light made it hard to see. Concerning, I suspect the worms really are there, and not just an hallucination. As in, I don't know how to articulate this out. As in, I suspect the worms really are there, and he just felt their killing intent and had an hallucination based on it. But if he had stayed there for longer, the worm will have really come out. That still sounds weird, but I know what I meant. Alright. And I probably should refresh invisibility before stepping into the teleporter again. It feels nice to have command of my six on my fingertips. That zombie is very much not a decoration. Good for me that I don't actually need to fight them. I just need to get out. Yeah, considering how late I am running today, if I can save time for the chapter by not fighting everything like I usually do, I will happily do just that. Alright, next. Another Paragon, I believe. Another Paragon indeed. More invisibility. Because magic already restored it anyway. And I guess these two are going to busy themselves fighting each other. Works for me. I should check if there's something in the room though. Like, if the camera angle lets me see the whole room, that's one thing, but otherwise, it will be shame if I try to hurry, I missed out on grabbing the last scroll. Besides, having invisibility and shields, I was pretty much invulnerable to them anyway. So come on, next. Waiter. Waiter. Another Paragon. There we go. This is fun actually. And while we are at it, why did they not restore? There we go. Oh, and another one of these. Yeah, you know what? I don't need to fight you. I'm getting concerned about my remaining ammo anyway. Okay, this is new. Not being led to the same room again is new. Shit. I did not see it until it was too late. Very likely intentional. A young man's body lies hunched against the wall of the platform. Blood from the viscous wound surrounding his face and neck soaks the remnants of what appears to be a uniform with a sickly dark red. Oh, is this the corpse that they had represented here from the previous chapter? Shit. I meant to kill the zombie and then cast the spells. Clearly I didn't do it right. A huge stone block marked with viscera scenes dominated the room. Is it art? A memorial? A tomb of the original inhabitants? Or a bastardized interment of its lonesome conquerors? Okay, the lever is probably there. There we go. Better. I just needed you to get out. Gotta say, this chapter has sort of made me feel a lot less confident in my ability to just fight off the horrors. I mean, I understand that Edward is not exactly the strongest fighter, but still. Anyways, at this point I may as well finish casting all of the Paragon runs first. What is... Oh, that requires a lot of magic then. Alright, I have no idea how much invisibility I have left, probably not much. So... Let's stall for just a little bit. That myself a little bit. The fact that most of the runes are not visible when I cast on this platform tells me that there's some weird stuff going on with the elevation for each step, which causes some of the runes to appear underground. Which, given that it functionally appears flat, is funny to consider. Also, I could have sworn that I recast shield. Why do I only have... Why do I only have two shields left? Is it blocking the only exit? Yes, it is. How many? Not many bullets left. Or shells rather. Yeah, trying to fight all of them is definitely not wise. Okay, let's go. One more Paragon, and then I will move on to the spell keystones. And presumably that will be just about the end of the chapter. It's funny to consider that the wall, unironically, the entire city is one big circle. One big magic circle. Anyway, now very quick region. One last Paragon rune. Yeah, constructing this magic circle is definitely satisfying, actually. Just in case, since we have come a long way. No, you don't. No, you do not. Where is the bullets? Here. There we go. And only the two keystones left. Alright. And I'm gonna use the web first. And if this is how I find out that the web goes on the left instead of on the right, and I have to remake all of my spells, reconstruct all my spells to satisfy my OCD, I am not gonna be happy. Oh, you bastard. Very nearly got me. That will have been annoying. I guess I moved. Ah well. No bed goes on the right as I thought. Oh, you are still floating around looking for a new place to respawn? Well, you do that. Meanwhile, as for me, I will go inscribe that last rune. My shield is still intact, so I will need to refresh it, but just in case I will enchant the weapon and refresh invisibility before inscribing that last rune. In case it puts me against the boss. To the final rune. Is there a trapper? No, there is not. Good. Just in case. Hold on a second. Dispel magic is not like in Red Kamar. Dispel area. I thought it was area, but I needed to make sure. Edward's meddling with the race has conjured incredible energies that are now building up inside the city and can't be contained for long. Edward needs to escape the city. I am very much on it. No time for revives. I should have shot them. I thought I could evade. Ah well. I should have taken the chance to restart my Magica. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, come on, I even stopped running. I suppose the game really wanted to give me a second chance to restore my Magica. Well dang. Can I get a different camera angle, please? In the streets of the dam, blood flows along channels gouging stone, for an unfathomable purpose to nourish the city's parasitic denizens, or to be used to fuel Sheltar's dark magic. There it is. The shield got hit a bit, but it's okay. Let's just get the heck out of here. Shit, that is not the exit. Sorry for the language. I know that there's not a real time limit, like I can kinda intuit that there is no real time. There is no real timer here. But this stuff still makes me nervous. I am not dealing with so many of you, that's for sure. Truly, invisibility has been the MVP this chapter, or at least since the moment I step into the city. I do wonder what happens if you construct a different spell than Dispel Magic. Like, I kind of just assumed that was the correct one. But I do wonder. Ah yes, it took him 48 years, but he did fulfill his mission, huh? Well, and now we have resolved the mystery. The mystery that led Alex to come to Dimension in the first place, that is.
Do you bring news of disaster, Augustus?
And if not, we wonder why not, since disaster has struck.
Yes. Your colony of Guardians in the ruins of Engar has been eradicated. A great magic wrought massive destruction there. Not a single Guardian escaped.
Your concern is touching, but out of place.
There are other Guardian colonies. The loss of one is meaningless.
Of course there are.
That is the only disaster you report.
Yes, my magnificence. There are no others.
And what of your treachery to us?
Treachery?
All in good time. It matters not that you bear us ill will, Augustus. It will come to no end. You lack the power to destroy me.
Or even elevate yourself to our level. The future has unfolded before me through a vision.
One of my many visions.
A vision of my conquering the absent horror. Uliauth, master of the plains. The magic of the plains is no match for the power of the mind. And thus, it will be destroyed.
Then the gates shall be opened, and you shall once again grace the earth with your presence.
Interesting, I did not remember Augustus having thoughts of betrayal. Alex finds a scrap of paper tucked between the pages of the film. It appears to be a note from Edward. Let's see. A small note written on a page from the Tome of Eternal Darkness. So a page of... What were the pages made of exactly? Because I remember that the book itself was made... The covers were made of human leather. But I don't remember what the paper was made of. Oh well. Dear Alex, I have left you a small surprise to keep you going when everything seems to go awry. It was my favorite tipple, and there are several bottles of it in the basement. Please help yourself to what you can find. My guess is that I won't be needing it. Your loving grandfather, Edward. Okay, I have 10 minutes left to stream today. I could just end it here, but what I think I will try to do is try to go find the page, but not pick it up. In any case, there's only so many places in the mansion we can check now. Is the light here? No, that's for the final chapter, I believe. Light hand myself to what's in the basement, he says. There is something stashed between the barrels of the part. Should Alex pull it out? Yes. Pickaxe. I believe I know where to use this. Hefty pickaxe for demolishing walls. Too cumbersome to be used as a weapon, it may come in handy somewhere else. Yeah, but sure it will. I thought maybe the gravestone had been hidden. Apparently not. Right. The puzzle for the next chapter will be to get this mechanism to work, and this hatch will open to the ancient city. Well, not that I remember it, but that's my guess. And I am pretty sure I know where to use a pickaxe, yes. Do note that so far, there has been not a single enemy encountered as Alex yet. So I guess there were more reasons why he was locked into an asylum. descriptions. What? Of course, right. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? An antique stethoscope, seemingly accidentally dropped into the pile of ash, glints brightly in the light of the room. Charlotte looks certificate from its bed of ashes. Why, yes. Scrap of paper on my pile of fire lies amidst the bones and ashes. Should Alex have the scrap of paper? Yes. Nestled on the bed of ash are the remains of 3 people. Was this the duty that Maximilian had hinted at? Had he suspected that his servants were not human? But there are 4 clearly occupied beds, and only 3 skulls. What happened to the 4th? Presumably, we are about to find out what happened to the 4th. And what about this note? This is a page from Maximilian's Royby journal. It reads, "As I contemplated these ideas, my suspicions of my servants grew, and I became increasingly fearful of them. I began to watch them carefully. Days ago, I watched one of them stretch his neck. I could have sworn I saw it twist in a most peculiar direction, and the balls of muscle tissue collect and grow in the most incorrect of manners, as if a bone was being displaced from its proper location and something else moving in its place. I stumbled away, knowing that I was surrounded by unholy creatures that wore the skins of mortal men and women. I had to take action. Dear God, let my hand be swift and merciful, lest the world see more of these diabolic creatures." So the thing is that, knowing what we know, there is about a 50-50 chance that he was going legitimately insane and saw hallucinations and decided to take them as real, or that what he saw was actually real. Also nice detail here that out of the 3 pages of Royby's journal, each one of them, each icon becomes more disheveled, so to speak. So yeah, about that missing focus ball. About the missing focus goal. Oh, there's more than one. You know what, at this point, may as well get just a bit more of the sanity recovered. Not fully, but still. But yes, there are no enemies in the mansion. is no longer safe. And honestly, that's what. It had been too safe. Now Alex gets the full Rivas experience. Or rather, the full Tome of Thunder's Halter experience. The Gal of the Mansion beckons to Alex, drawing her back to uncover the family's secrets she hides. Alex will now leave till she has learned what happened to her grandfather. Well, here's the thing, Alex, you already have learned it. Also, I am noticing that the carpet looks worse than before. It has deteriorated over the course of the game. And, okay, stethoscope. An antique stethoscope made of brass, used for amplifying the sound of a beating heart. This one is probably 200 years old, and I bet it still works. Because technology before did not break as easily as it does now. Now that Alex has the stethoscope, she can easily hear the dumbbells inside. To open the safe, the dial shall be turned to the right until the dumbbells can be heard falling into place. Then turn to the left until the same sound is heard, and finally to the right until the sound of the safe being unlocked is heard. Shall I start to open the safe? Yes. That's one. Freak. $59. $59.85. As the safe's door hinges open, its contents are revealed. Many important items left behind by Edward lie on the shelves inside. Should Alex collect the items? We will be picking up the page will trigger a cutscene, so we will be doing that next week. Not next week, next stream day, which will be today's Tuesday, so Thursday at the same time. Until then, hope you had fun today, hope you will have a pleasant rest until then, and hope to see you next time. Bye!